Hello, everybody. Hey, good day from Food by the Word Media. It's a windy day. I don't know if you can hear me well, but it feels halfway decent, even though it's not warmed up totally yet. But I just wanted to take a chance to take the time to say, hey, how's everybody doing? And it's really an interesting day. Today is April the 4th, 2023, and my God, is there a lot happening, obviously, in the world. You know, One of the things I want to talk about today, Food by the Word Media, you know, we're focusing on things that are informative and interesting and hopefully, enlightening and enriching. Really focusing on things that are enriching, and topics. I'll tell them some of the topics. Some of our literature, is based on real world and real life events. Is kind of serious, but for the most part, a lot of our books are pretty interesting and awesome. We've got a lot of kids books, but the interesting thing about the books that I write books that are intended for parents to read with their kids, not just have your kids read them, but for parents to read with their children and to engage in conversations and to really just enjoy the art of reading with their children. And plus, a lot of the other literature that I write is just easy, simple, easy to read, not extremely time consuming. I understand, that our time is so bogged down with so much today that you just really don't have time. I mean, the average person doesn't have a whole lot of time to sit and spend 2-3 hours a day reading, and I don't want to create a whole lot of literature that's going to occupy a lot of your time like that anyway, because it's just not conducive for today that we're in. But we do have some literature, like my father's autobiography, which is awesome. you know um you know his depiction of life as a black Hoosier is phenomenal. So I really encourage everybody to check that out. But all of our literature is digital, though. That's the key. I want to make it accessible to everybody on your device. Your handheld. Just really keep it simple, keep it easy, keep it enjoyable, keep it flowing. And this way it gives people an opportunity, unlike our food products and so forth. You can get these anywhere. Our food product, if you're in Indiana, you can get our food products delivered to your door. But if you're not, sorry, we're not there yet. But you can't get our digital products anywhere that you can get digital products online. So that works out pretty nice. You can download them and use them as you need to. But Food by the Word Media, I want you to chime on in here. I haven't done a live in a while. Hopefully you can hear me pretty good. I don't even know. I don't really have anybody on there right now, but hopefully somebody chimes in sometime soon. Whatever. But I'm gonna try to start doing these lives more often and to really kind of get a little perspective from Food by the Word. I'm out here. We live out in the countryside of Indiana. I mean, it's northeastern Indiana. It's beautiful. And even when it's storms, and these storms have been pretty serious here lately, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful country. It's interesting. I didn't know that I needed to live here. I didn't know that I needed to love it. My father moved us to Indiana in 1984, and to Indianapolis, and I lived there. Up until 4 years ago. We moved north to be around my wife's family, and I tell you, I'll live here the rest of my life. That's my plan. I'll travel other places and everything, but I always call this home. I mean, I can't imagine, a more beautiful, scenery, background, and just environment, and it really demonstrates the hand of God, moving in not just in my life but in the world. And I've learned so much. I've learned so much from my experience over the past 4 years living out here in the country on a small farm, just by the woods. I've learned a lot about nature, and I'm still learning every single day I'm learning so much about nature. I just saw some I think there are mole holes. The moles digging up the lawn or whatever. You know, but I'm always learning so much. Um, the different birds, the migration patterns, and just everything. So this is all what's going to be, this what's pouring into and what's going to be poured into Food by the Word media. It's not just we're not just talking about the food. I'm saying the food is awesome, quality food. I'm saying healthy and sustainable foods. But it's about our total lifestyle. It's our total, just the natural things of life in God's hand in our lives, and just the you know the redemption of people, and it's a lot. It's a lot. And I mean, I can't believe how incredibly blessed I am to be able to enjoy it, at a time, when things are hard all the way around. And I'm not exempt at all by how hard things are. But at the same time, I can't state how emphatically excited I am about what God has done and what God is doing. No, you know I can't overstate it. I can't overstate it enough, because the reality of it is it's awesome. It's just awesome. I mean, I'm sitting here now under my thinking tree. Nothing started to blossom and bud yet, really. But I think over the next couple of weeks we're going to see a lot of growth, and the trees will start to get leaves on them and whatnot, and this scenery is going to change quite a bit. But you know 2022 showed me a lot. God did a thing here, in this exact spot. God slowed me down. He said, stand still. And I stood still for I can't even imagine, in my adult life, God has he showed me more in 2022. And what he showed me, now 2022 was a hard year. It was an extremely hard year for me, for my family. It was an extremely hard year. Extremely hard year. One of the hardest years on record. But at the same time, it was also a dominant and awesome time. God really showed his hand. He really showed his hand. He really showed his hand on me and my family. And I mean, he sustained us. He kept us. Seriously. He kept us, and he kept Food by the Word. And he kept, Montgomery 2320 Business Development Services LLC. He grew things. He took some things away. He cut some things out. He carved some things away. He did so much of what he needed to do to set us up for what he's about to do. And so I encourage you all. I encourage everyone. I encourage myself in the Word. I encourage myself in the Lord daily. And, when it comes to, Food by the Word media, all of this is just, it's a culture. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. And I gotta, I just move around a little bit to kind of give you an idea. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's not just, me talking about a lot of, nifty difty stuff. No, it's real. It's the real, honest, true hand of God, on a day-to-day basis. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. As I look at this field has changed immensely over the past, few years. I've seen, and I still see so much. Like an evening like this, I'm subject to see some deer. The deer have really been out pretty good here lately. Just whatever. There's so much happening, but I just want to encourage everybody, check us out, Food by the Word media, Food by the Word, just go to foodbytheword.net, go to foodbytheword.com, check us out. We're all over everywhere, and it's not just about, selling something, because here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you, God is truly doing a thing with Food by the Word, because the reality of it is we're not even making money yet. We're not even making the money yet we need to sustain, but God continues to sustain us. God is still building on top of and in spite of, a world that's going through such great upheaval. The reality of it is this will be our 7th year in business, and, we have never stopped not offering service. We have never stopped being open, so to say. We have never not even through the, the 2020, shutdown. Everybody else shut down. Every other business shuttered. Food by the Word sustained, and that's God. God sustained Food by the Word. Period. He from the birth of Food by the Word, and when He birthed it in me to now, and it's just growing even further. I can't state enough how phenomenal it is what God is doing. I really can't. So, like I said, I haven't done a live in a while. We'll do more lives, going forward. And just, the reality of it is it's never a dull moment, in my opinion, on a day-to-day basis. Today, spent time with my, she went, my granddaughter went with me to Indianapolis today. And Indianapolis is like 100 miles off that way, but, got, spent a little time with my granddaughters this week. And, one of my youngest granddaughter got to spend some time with Papa today, and we, in Indianapolis, and she got to, see Indianapolis from a different perspective than, she's used to seeing. Now, she was born in Indianapolis, but the reality of it is, she never got to see, a lot of what, Papa got to show her today. So she got a, nice little tour and everything. And I'm hoping that it really, helps to give her, a perspective. And I want all my grandchildren to have a perspective that they're not going to get from the world. And I know, it's our job as a family to teach our children. Like I told her today, what Papa had to teach her today, she will never learn in school. She would never learn in school. And she got to, talk to her, her great grandfather. And as soon as she gets there, he's handing her the books and he's talking to her about the autobiography and but he's 86 years old. Here's the thing, she's truly blessed with the perspectives of her great grandfathers that she still has in her life right now. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal with I thank God for, how He's positioning things, for my grandchildren, and what they're able to see and learn and be a part of is phenomenal. But it's only by the grace of God. It's only by the grace of God. So, these are the sorts of, this is Food by the Word. This is Food by the Word. We don't, go out. We don't make this stuff up. We can't make this stuff up. This is just our life. And it transcends all of these cultural stagnations that everybody finds themselves in. One thing about Food by the Word, we're everywhere. We're everywhere in Indiana, and digitally, we're everywhere around the world. So, we have that going for us. But we're everywhere. And we're going to be more places, We're going to be more places. I'm excited. I mean, I love Food by the Word. And I guess this is one reason why God has got me out here in the middle of nowhere. So that way, all my energy for Food by the Word doesn't just explode on people like it can. Because, I'm excited by what God is doing with Food by the Word. Food by the Word is, it's an experience. It's a culture. It's a lifestyle. And, you'll see it more and more, and I think God's about to warm up. You'll start to see more and more of, we'll do more and more of these lives out here on the farm. You see what kind of messes I get into, whatever. I don't even know. Like this, look at this hill behind me here. This hill, oh my goodness. First year on that hill, trying to mow it. Whoo. And so I push mowed all these acres, for the first year we were here. That was a lot of walking, about 12 hours of mowing, walking it out. And then the next year I got a riding lawnmower and went straight down that hill. Oh my goodness. Yep, did that. It threw me off like a bronco into the field. That was, boy, if that'd been a day for a camera to be on me. But it's just things like that. Those are the sorts of things that But I love the opportunity. I love the opportunity to really learn an aspect of life that I never even thought I needed to know, that even know I wanted to know. I was born and raised in Colorado Springs up until the age I was 10, and I'm used to experiencing and being around the beautiful nature of God. And for most of my years in Indiana, really didn't get to see a whole lot of it. I mean, Indianapolis is okay and all that, but it's not this. It's not. It's not nature. A lot of nature. You got some nice parks and all that, but it's not this. It's not this. No, it's not this. No. But God is doing a thing. No. Well, if you didn't see the slide, well, hopefully check it out later. But we'll be doing more of them. And on that note, we'll call it a day. God bless you.